I need thee. Oh, I need thee. Every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me right now, my wonderful Savior. I come to thee.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome in to Sunday Serve Us. We're back again. Hopefully everybody appreciated the impromptu live on Raw Society Coalition, but now we're here to talk about Sunday Serve Us. You got your boy Deacon Classic. We got PK Plug in the building. We back again, 777 in the chats if you're here. We're gonna get right to it today, man. We're not gonna hold y'all up too long. We actually gonna be doing a continuation of last Sunday service when we were talking. Well, we weren't initially talking about it, but me and Deacon Classic started speaking about Lucifer, and it's Lucifer Satan. So we got a video that we're gonna play. If y'all gentlemen will just let me know when y'all want it to stop, because we would like to break it down. It's like a 9 minutes and some change video. Just talking about kind of like the origin of the Lucifer and Satan. We kind of hit on it last Sunday. So we're gonna pop it up here real quick, and we're gonna discuss it real quick. So here we go.
Satan. These two names for most people stand for the ultimate evil, but the truth is that Lucifer is not Satan. Today, we're going to explore ancient texts, banned knowledge, and secret symbolism as we reveal how our history and our consciousness has been manipulated through the power of symbols. And we'll be answering an even more important question. If Lucifer isn't Satan, then who is he? You might believe that Lucifer is found in the Bible, but that's not true. In fact, Lucifer isn't in the Bible at all. See, in most translations, you won't find it anywhere at all, but in certain translations of the Bible, the name Lucifer appears exactly one time. In Isaiah 14:12 to be precise, which says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning." But here's the kicker. This single reference to Lucifer was actually a misinterpretation and never meant to refer to any kind of supernatural being. In the original Hebrew language of the Bible, the word that got translated as Lucifer is actually Hallel, which means shining one or morning star. So what's that all about? Well, it's talking about the planet Venus, which you can see shining bright in the sky right before sunrise. It's the morning star. See, it's not about a fallen angel at all. This verse in Isaiah is actually about the king of Babylon, and they called this king Hallel, or morning star, to make a point. The writers were saying that this Babylonian king was like the morning star, that he was important and powerful, shining bright in his kingdom. But then he lost his power and faded away. The verse isn't about good versus evil in heaven. It was a poetic way to talk about a powerful king who fell from grace. In fact, almost all modern English translations of the Bible doesn't use the word Lucifer in that verse anymore. Instead, they say morning star or day star, pointing out that it's really about Venus. This means that in most modern Bibles, the name Lucifer appears exactly 0 times.
So first, how do y'all feel about that? Because I think we spoke about this a little bit, Deacon Classic, when I was explaining to people, like, the planets have to matter if we have a solar system.
Agreed. Agreed.
So this study goes all the way back to Venus being the morning star.
Yeah.
So why they saying a strop?
Yeah.
Well, this just proves, let's start here. This just proves that most people have never read the Bible. You know, and the people that have the most questions. And the people who have found answers to those questions find themselves, you know, on the outside of the flock, I guess you would say, or the masses, because You've done more than what they wanted you to do, which was dig beneath the surface. So I just wanted to put that out first, but we can stay on. I don't want to go off too far on a tangent. But yeah, most people just have never read the word. Because what if y'all did? Why didn't y'all have these questions? Like that question I had last week that got us here today, it was organic.
Yeah.
And it comes from the fact that I've actually stuck my nose into the word. You know what I'm saying? Those questions arrive when you actually reading all the way through it. And a lot of people, I've heard a lot of different things. I grab my Bible and I say a prayer and then I just open it up. And wherever I land, that's where God want me to be at for the day. And it's like, so how you know you ever read the whole thing in your whole life if that's what you've been doing?
And classic and souls, what are they studying when they go to, college to be a preacher? What are they studying? The ways to indoctrinate? Because if you got people you got this gentleman here who's breaking that down, and then they'll say, no, that's the devil.
I think they teach is it called humanetics that they teach in seminary school?
Seminary school.
I think that's what it's called. I think it's called, like, they show you how to like eulogy the Bible and something else, and exegete the Bible. Let me see. I think that's what it's called.
This is eye-opening for me.
Well, here's the thing too. Like, without the college, while you look that up, so it's like without the college, without the university, without all of that, grabbing a Bible with the ability to read and start reading it, it will bring about a ton of questions. It's just no way. It's just no way that nobody else. I think that the vast majority of people who actually have read the word have their curiosity. They've been shamed out of it. They've been shamed out of being curious. They've been shamed out of vocalizing their questions. We talked about this a couple Sundays ago when it was me and Plug. And Plug talked about how when he was a young jit in the church, he would go holler at like the older peers, though, not the older grown folks, but like people older than him. So if he was, you were saying like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Plug, but you was like, if you was 8 or 9, you might talk to somebody 15, 16 versus talking to like an adult about it. Because something about your spirit weren't comfortable going to them. And that's the thing I'm talking about. People can't ask these questions to arrive at these conclusions much earlier in their spiritual journeys. Like, most people running around loud and wrong about the vast majority of stuff when they reference the Bible. They just be louder. Like, I tell people all the time, like, all of this that we seeing goes back to the Bible. Like, this stuff goes back to ancient times. That's what, like, I always bring it back down to like layman's terms, but I'd be like, them ninjas in the Bible was just ninjas like us. Like, these a bunch of ninjas we talking about. Like, these, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was still crooks. It was still good people. It was still, you know what I'm saying, tough guys. It was still thugs. It was still, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we try to make it seem like these people lived on a different planet Earth, had different feet, different hands, they was just like us. like and we don't make it like that. And it's really like that. And when you really dive into it, some of the miracles of the world are what we consider to be miracles because they're not of our time. Some of the miracles of the world sound unrealistic, like the giants walking around or the trolls. If y'all ever watched the movie Trolls, a lot of truth right in front of you in those movies. But like, the giants of the world and stuff like that, or the ancient trees and stuff like that, we can see the evidence of that, but it's not a part of our go round. Whenever the reset happened last time, we didn't get them ginormous trees. We got the ones we got, you know what I'm saying? And the next reset gonna breed different types of evolution, you know what I'm saying? But it's the still same planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? So you got it, Souls. You got to pull it up. I was just trying to kill the dead there.
Oh no, you good. Yeah. So like the first one they learn is it's called homiletics. It's spelled HOMILETCS. It's the discipline of preaching and teaching scripture. And then the second thing is called exegeting. It's to draw out of text what the author intended. And then you have another one called exegesis. That's to read into the text what you already believe. This is commonly used in social media preaching, political sermons, gender wars theology, prosperity gospel, and fear-based hell preaching. And that's what you, so I learned all this from a pastor named Pastor Jimmy Smith. So I went to a church that was super, super small. Like when I moved back to Shreveport for a little bit, when I was stationed there the second time. And Pastor Jimmy Smith of Ebenezer, and he taught me a lot about what actually goes on at seminary school. Like, and they teach you how to, it's called exegene, and then homiletics. Like they teach you how to deliver certain information to certain groups of people. So you can look it up when y'all get a chance. That's what they teach in those schools. That's why a lot of people feel that you're supposed to go to college or get it. Like there's a lot of pastors with no degrees. They just dove into the word and they can preach the word. But a lot of the stuff that they're teaching is almost to teach indoctrination. Like this is not something hidden. You can go look this up. So when you'll hear it a lot in Black church, they'll say we exegete in the Bible. Like, and people don't know what that means, but that means literally they're reading into the text of what you already believe.
So they pimping.
Yeah. Yep. Y'all go back on Sunday service. You will hear me.
Here. So you can look it up. I don't want people to think I'm like it's all here. It's broken down for you.
That's cool.
It goes into a lot more of it. See, these are common church models that are problematic. Conclusion first, verse hunting. But it talks about the correct order of seminary models. So this is what they're teaching them in college. What does the text actually say? What does this reveal about God and humanity? And how do I responsibly preach this today? Like this is the whole breakdown. So like I always tell people, like I learned a lot, man. A lot of people said that was my calling in life, and a lot of people say I run from it, but like I know that being a preacher is not for me.
Dang, that's crazy. They said the same thing about me, Souls. They said the exact same thing. I got a great uncle that called me preacher. That's his nickname for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, since birth though, since before I could even talk. He like, what's up, little preacher? That's what he always called me. And I was just like, y'all got me so twisted.
Bro, that's cold blood, dog. What we just gave the people just now with that video and what we just gave them, this is crazy. Like bruh, that's wrong. I would really have to tell you, bro, you need to get out the pulpit. You just made, bruh, you mislead.
Think about it like this, Plug. Think about, this is why I tell people, sometimes you just got to have common sense, right? Jesus, right? If Jesus is who he says he is, Jesus came down to earth and had a hard time with the truth, with even able to show you miracles in front of you, making people follow. How can a man who is not Jesus have a mega church and have multiple campuses?
There it is.
Your most faithful preachers to the word are the ones that have small congregations, because that means they're preaching the truth. See, everybody don't want to hear the truth. And that's why I tell people all the perfect example. I tell people, I always use my pastor back at home, James McMinnis, dog. This white man was on TBN, and he stopped going to these stations when he finally like figured out what was going on. But everybody used to always ask him, why you only got one church? Because he used to have to keep adding services because he only had one building. And he kept telling people that I don't want to have another church that I got to fly a helicopter to just to preach to people. And he wanted his voice to be the only voice. And like, people don't understand that. Like I tell people all the time, when y'all see these mega pastors, they got like 4 or 5 campuses, dog, that's indoctrination that is fine. That is money. These small hole in the wall churches where it's 30 members that been there 80 years, that's where the truth being spoken. Why y'all think mega churches don't have Sunday school no more? Why you think they don't have, like, think about that. They get so big that the integrity of the Bible gets broken. When I grew up, dog, you had to go to children's church first. Then you had to graduate children's church. Then you had to start going to Sunday school in the morning after 8 o'clock service. Then you went to 12 o'clock service. Like everything had building blocks upon one another. You can't do that with a large. So now we're just going to make 5 services and we're going to fill it up that you can't even get out the parking lot. And we're going to have a coffee set up and we're going to have all this stuff going for you. We're going to have an ATM in there just in case you forgot cash or you was rushing to church. Like, think about all that. This stuff is not new, y'all. I just don't talk about a lot of it because people don't want to hear the truth. But I have studied, I have looked through this stuff. That's why y'all see me with my strong coordinates. Like, I don't take people word for it. I go and read, dog.
So this cold, bro.
Hey, look. I'm chilling, souls. You already know. I know the game. Hey, look. About 10 episodes back, what I say, pastors and pimps, the same people.
Man,
same people, Jack.
Think about it. Plug, you got a front row view of it, dog. Your dad's a great man and a great pastor.
Dog, he ain't even go to no seminary, bro. He
think about it.
Coming straight off the cuff, bro. It's cold, bro.
But Plug, will God just skip over him and not give him a mega congregation? If the word was to give the most people the word, would he just skip over your father? No. It's all business.
He told me, man. He told me what they said. He told me what they said. Like he ain't green, but he's so like he's so like in his spirit, bro. Like he said what that man said to him. And bro, when he said that, I got so fire hot, bro. You know, I don't cuss in front of my pappy, man. I don't cuss in front of my pappy. I respect my pappy, man. I respect other men's pappies. I respect them. And man, it just when he said that, man, he already knew where I was at. He know my tone. He know when I get, you know what I'm saying? When I get there, he already know. I'm like, bro, that's cold-blooded, Pop. I can't be around them boys there, man. I can't be around folks like that. That's wrong, bro. That's wrong, bro. You know, if you want to hustle somebody for a product, you know what I'm saying, that you had just acquired and they need it, that's a fair exchange. You needed it, that's supply and demand. When you hustle somebody, you know what I'm saying, with they love, that's a whole different kind of diabolical. Because they love and they loyalty and they integrity, you know, you hustle them out of that. But when you use that word, and you know that's the strongest conviction, especially when it comes to people of color. Like that's our strongest conviction. I'm not excluding any, you know, white folks either. Like that's the strongest conviction. Like people stand on that, and when they're being misled by the one that they look at under God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus, and then that gentleman right there, like he's level with their parents and their upbringing, he's level with them. That's his spiritual guidance. Or this is my mother, my father, this is my spiritual advisor. And he's using that word to manipulate them like that, bro. That's cold.
I always said, Plug, too.
This is hell.
I think it's, yeah. And I think it's going to be, I think we think Antichrist is one person, but it's going to be many. Because we're gonna be the easiest. It's easier to use a person you already look up to doctrinate you to where you need to go. Like we've seen a lot of it during COVID, right? Like you've seen some churches who was like, we're gonna stand steadfast, we're gonna walk into our building. I'm willing to take that fine, I'm willing to do whatever, right? Because they didn't believe in that. But then you had other people who said, all right, guys, we can't come back into the church. We'll start just doing virtual. And then some of them have even went back. But I think the Antichrist is going to be more than one person. I don't think it's going to be one person. I think the Bible speaks of it as one being, but I think it's going to be multiple people that people follow pushing the same agenda. Like we see it right now. I think Jamal Bryant might be the #1 candidate. He's able to
do evil, bro.
Yeah, he's able to divide the world. He's able to divide the world, dog. He had a whole congregation boycott a whole state in Atlanta, dog. They wouldn't even go to Target because of what he said.
What would we consider the Antichrist to y'all? What's the agenda that said parties would have to be pushing?
One of the big
already in play.
Yeah.
wonder what we just said. What we just said right here, right now. That just hit me so hard, bro.
But
That hit me hard. It's already in play.
That's been going on since slavery, literally.
Yeah.
The teaching of it this way, what the structure that it is now, has been happening since slavery. That is one thing that has not evolved. That hasn't evolved at all. This same indoctrination has been in place since slavery and working on itself. It's algorithmic. It's been working on itself. The so-called man no longer has to press their foot down. We have replaced their boots with our own.
Yeah.
Because we're unwilling to accept that we were taught wrong with good intentions. The people that taught us didn't know better. So we're not going to hold them accountable for indoctrinating us. But now that we know better, we have to save all generations to come and hopefully do some reaching back to the open-minded. That's what this is. And it doesn't render the word useless at all. To fully understand it doesn't render it useless at all. And I think that's what people are afraid of. They feel like, man, if I get on the type of time of what they talking about, I'm somehow doing something wrong. Because when I think of Antichrist, I think of all the pastors currently.
Yeah.
Not all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. Like,
not exactly all, what you mean. Not all. No, but I don't want not all, but you get what I'm saying. I truly believe that what they was taught, they truly believe that. They truly believe that. I understand exactly what you're saying, so I'm not taking no shot at about that or nothing, bro. I really truly believe that outside of my father, who didn't go to seminary or whatever the case may be, it's others that are genuinely standing in that pulpit that truly believe this, that really take. And in that ignorance, I don't even want to give them this, because that ignorance is bliss.
It's bliss. Yes, Lord.
It's
yes,
bliss.
Lord.
Because the way it just hit me, bro, the way it just hit me,
break your heart. It'll break your heart. Sometimes that new knowledge, especially when you I'm talking about it get deep, man. Sometimes I'm talking about you done gave your whole life to the belief system, to the game. And then you realize, like, dang, this could truly boil down to a whole bunch of manipulation that was planned and plotted out against us thousands of years ago. Like, it's hard to really ingest that when you done already gave everything you know what I'm saying? You gave your whole self to this. You done fought with people over this. You done lost. You done dropped friends over this. You come to some new knowledge, and you like, wait a second. And then it's not debatable. Historically proven data. We done went back to the ancient scrolls for you.
It's called.
What do they call the bad guy in wrestling?
A villain.
What's the word they actually call it?
What, the antagonist?
Look up what they call the wrestler. That's the bad guy.
Bad guy in wrestling.
Yeah, look it up. And then look at what they said was gonna be bruised. Look, Miles got it.
Heel.
And what bruised the head of the serpent?
That's cold, bro.
And it's in the concordance. It's on here. Different meanings of heel.
This is cold, bro.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but whoever was the head orchestrator of all this right here, man.
But
he's serious, bro. We don't even spend enough time on evil, bro. We don't spend enough time on evil
at all, dog. At all.
Bachelor's or an associate in evil. They got a PhD. They got a PhD in this evil, bro. I am heart. Dog, y'all are really talking to a man right now who is heartbroken.
It's double manipulation though, because they giving you a whole bunch of the bad and the good is in plain sight.
Yes.
Like they wrote you a New Testament to where one person could read it and feel like they got the keys to life. I can go out here and win. And another person read it like, if we all follow this, we ain't never gonna be free. How two different people read? You see what I'm saying? We both reading the same words. I read it and I'm like, if all black people do this, we ain't never gonna be free. And then somebody else read it and they like, this is the basic instructions. Everything in here is what I need to be doing. And it's like, how are we so far off on the same words? You know what I'm saying?
And then they give you two different perspectives, right? Because you'll get one perspective that says, because the Bible does speak that after a certain amount of time, God will put his hand off of you, right? It speaks about that. But you had Jesus saving a person that lived a horrible life on the cross.
Come on.
So how can you say one person is going to put their hand off of you and you're going to go to hell, but then you watch the man who lived nothing but a terrible life go to heaven? So what is it really? Like, you're reading one thing, but if you keep reading, you hear another thing, but the actions and the words don't align.
Yeah, man. And I arrived at all this stuff. Look, you're the scholar, and I'm the common sense guy. I arrived at all of this stuff just from reading it and being like, that don't make sense.
And I'm the one that, you know what I'm saying? I take what was given and I apply. You know what I mean? I take what was given and I apply, man. And I genuinely, you know, give that grace to leaders that step into that role and take that responsibility, because I know it's not an easy task at all. And I take exactly what they tell me and I use it, but I conform it to myself, so I can always come back to it. If it's too far-fetched for me, I can always come back to it if I can personalize, like internalize. Is that it? Internalize it.
Yeah.
So if I can internalize it, I can always come back to it. It's always something like I can never stray too far, because I can always see my house, you know what I'm saying, from a distance. So I never stray too far. But this right here, well, it's cold, bro. Hey, listen, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, man. Anybody that's watching this right now that is unaware of what we just spoke on, bro, they really going through it, bro. They had to turn. They had to turn. You had to just flip and go away, unless something just really grabbed you and said, hold on, let me stay right here and just really get this. Like, you really wanted this. Because if you want to stay in that blind, that the past 17 minutes of this show would have hit you in your jaw so hard, like Mike Tyson, Riddick both. It'll hit you so hard, bro, because this is devastating, bro.
I feel the Bible was just the first self-help book. I feel it was
basic instruction before leaving Earth.
It was a moral compass that if you want to try your best to be the best version of yourself, this is how you can do it. And then other people started making. I tell people all the time, when y'all read, I think it's what's the one that everybody the money book that Think and Grow Rich. If you listen to him speak in that book, he always kept talking about his faith. Like, everything goes back to faith. Like, they just had faith. He had blind faith. And that's all he talks about. He talked about preparing a table where he was talking to wealthy people that weren't even there. So like, he was already prepping himself to see where he was, right? Like, so like, I always tell people, these books are just books to help you become a better version of yourself. And if you believe in it and you live a good life, you know what I mean? Like, you should get the best result possible here on earth.
Can we get back to this video, bro? Because that right there, like, that right there. And I don't know why he looked like one of them guys off of Lord of the Rings. I don't know why he looked like one of them Lord of the Ring guys, or whatever the case may be, bro. I want to finish hearing him.
Flow, that's why they do that, though. They'll make people not want to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, people like us, like, we'll watch it, but most black people will see him and be like, nah, we good. That's satanic.
Yeah, he looked like he evil.
Yeah.
Like a magician.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't judge no book by cover, bro. That right there, Hey man, go and feed the public, bro. Go on let him cook, bro.
But here's the problem. That one mistranslation had a huge impact. As Christianity spread and Roman culture began to mix with Christian beliefs, the name Lucifer took on a whole new meaning. People began to associate it with the Christian concept of a fallen angel, thanks to stories and artworks in that time. So the name Lucifer started to stick around as a label for this fallen angel, even though that was not its original meaning. What happens when that light is turned into darkness? See, while this symbol of light was developing, a symbol of darkness was also being born: Satan. We've learned that Lucifer got mixed up in translation, but that's not the only twist in our story. See, originally the concept of Satan wasn't the evil figure that we think of today. The truth is that Satan isn't a name at all. It's a Hebrew word that means adversary or accuser. And in Judaism, Satan isn't seen as an evil, rebellious angel or even a being in opposition to God. Instead, Satan is a servant of God whose role is to act as an accuser. He was like a challenger or a lawyer in a courtroom. But when Christianity began to spread, the perception of Satan began to change dramatically. Early Christianity was grappling with the concepts of sin, temptation, and evil, and they started to cast Satan as the personification of everything that opposes God's will. Satan became an archetype representing everything negative: darkness, selfishness, an inflated ego, a hunger for power, and a love for control. Now, this sinister version of Satan is the total opposite of Lucifer, a concept who originally represented light. But what did Christianity do? They equated the two archetypes, Satan and Lucifer, darkness and light, as the same being. This wasn't because someone found it in an old ancient...
Stop real quick. I'm sick and tired of being right. Sick and tired. Sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. You know why I'm sick and tired of being right? Because of the people that I'm making wrong. Because I love all the people I'm making wrong. I love everybody that I'm making wrong or proving wrong. I love with my whole heart. So that's why I'm tired of being right. I'm sick of it. And I know they sick of listening to it. They sick of hearing me and finding out later he was on to something. No, it's not my time. Hold on. Can I put myself back in the middle? Hold on.
I got it. Yeah, you got it.
Because I got it. Yeah, I've been ostracized too long, chat. This shit personal for me right here. I've been cursed on Sunday. I've been ostracized too long, chat. Looked at like I'm crazy. Argued with. You know what I'm saying? Almost had to fight some of my own kinfolk about this. All because I had a deeper understanding. Because I did the work to find a deeper understanding. That was just, and my curiosity only rooted in common sense. Last week, y'all watched me do it on a live stream. That was a natural occurrence. I said, I'm thinking about it, souls. Is Lucifer and Satan even the same person? I've never heard a negative description of Lucifer, bruh. I've never heard a bad one. Every time you tell people to start describing Lucifer, they be like, oh yeah, you know, they say Lucifer was beautiful. Lucifer could do music. Lucifer was talented. Lucifer was this, you know, but he got into it with the Lord. And it's like, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like y'all not describing this horned, red-tailed monster that's seeking to kill and destroy. Y'all describing Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Y'all describe, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all just, you know, I'm being humorous, but you get what I mean though? Y'all describing a freaking superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's just, that brings the curiosity. And then from the curiosity,
Mr. Classic.
Yeah.
Bro, that debunks the Bible and the Quran.
Bro, listen, both of these is new. I told y'all before, y'all didn't, because y'all don't like my delivery, so they don't want to accept it. So just gave us a lecture in the back. We working on it, okay? Y'all don't like my delivery. I told y'all, I don't trust no religion that got a release date. God ain't got no release date. when that Christianity dropped, 4,000.
EP.
You a fool, bro. You a fool, bro. You a fool, bro.
It dropped. We can go back to the history and follow the spread of it across the lands, and some of it gets very bloody. So this stuff was forced on some people in different parts of the world. Like, we start studying the history of this, it's like, come on, y'all. Like Uncle Plug just said, man, you got to be different to be like, you know what? I hear y'all. I just want to stay blind. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? I just want, you know what I mean? Just I like it over here. It's working for me. All right, cool. You feel me?
Have y'all ever heard someone that the world admired? Y'all ever heard them say, do y'all think they went to heaven?
No, they just instantly say they did.
I've heard that.
They just start looking up. They just start looking up.
Y'all think so-and-so went to heaven?
Rest in paradise.
Yeah. Like everybody rests in heaven. I ain't never seen no family member come on and say, rest in hell.
No, that's only the enemy say that. Only your enemy say.
And so think about that. Like, everybody thinks their loved one went there, regardless of the life they lived.
Yeah. That right there, what he's saying, because they speak on Satan in the Quran.
Yeah. So
it just seems like they got similar authors.
But also, and they also speak about jinns though too. But that's more so of a vibrational thing, and that's what I be trying to say.
Jinns and imps.
Yeah, like you can, like, it's a vibrational thing. Like, I could be a demon if I start vibrating extremely low. In every room I go into, I bring frequencies down. That's almost sorcery. You know what I'm saying? It's energy vampirism. You know what I'm saying? That's the steal, kill, and destroy of the world, right? They say the devil seeks to go about steal, kill, and destroy, right? And do all this. That's what you're doing. They say hurt people do what? Hurt people, right? Think about it. That is demonic. That is, I'm twisted. Now all I got is bad advice and crash out news for you. You know what I'm saying? Because my life ain't where I want it to be. Only thing I can tell you to do is say F it like me. That's low vibrational. That's demonic. That's satanic, right? Because you my op at that point. You giving me bad advice. They say Satan means opposer, right? Or adversary. You my adversary. You giving me bad advice, right? So that would be, if we make the words mean something, humans could be demons. It ain't no little creatures running around in the corner, hiding under the bed, none of that. It's a low vibration. Just like you could be an angel to somebody. I've been an angel to somebody. God and you, both of y'all, I don't even got to ask y'all. Both of y'all have stood and spoke with somebody who you don't know why or how you end up bothering to talk to them. And you gave them some words that changed everything they had going on. And you don't even know where you got the message to give them. Don't even know where it came from.
Spirit.
That's angelic. Words mean stuff, people. That's angelic. You are being an angel. And then can you have the literal spiritual angels? Yes. That's why I keep telling y'all so quick to give all this credit to this Holy Spirit, which is actually supposed to be Mother Earth. They to replace Holy Spirit with Mother Earth. You know what I'm saying? Because God ain't got no woman either. All this creation going on, but there's no spiritual womb to birth these things. No spiritual womb to birth these things. You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense. So when you start just looking at it and just line it up with some logic, you like, okay, the truth is available to me. It's just not the way it's been taught to me. But the truth is available to me. And it ain't always, you can still use your Bible, people. And then people get so upset when folks speak about like the inconsistencies or the hypocrisies, but y'all don't even read y'all Bibles. Y'all, literally, I would bet my last dime that your average, and I'm gonna single out the black folks because I know I've been to some white churches and they'll open the book, but I'm gonna say your average black Christian has spent more man hours in life arguing and defending religion than they have actually reading their Bible. If you could calculate the amount of minutes they spent beefing with somebody on Facebook, at work, in the whatever, going back and forth about different things, you done spend more time debating the word than you have studying it. The average person. And that's why they've been able to keep this shit up for thousands of years. Thousands of years, fam. And 51% of us ain't conscious. Thousands of years and we can't be a majority conscious. Y'all gonna keep reading this and think he was literally talking to a bush. We gonna keep doing this for how many more thousands of years, y'all? That's really the question. How long y'all want to stay oppressed? They gave it to you for free. We ain't even supposed to appreciate it. They gave it to us for free. We're not supposed to appreciate that. You're supposed to work for what you appreciate. How long y'all want to stay oppressed? How long we gonna do that? How many Sundays we gonna keep doing this? How long we gonna keep rebranding Christmas? How long we gonna keep rebranding? Yeah. They make us celebrate our own slaughter. We rebrand it. How long we gonna do it? It's cool. I mean, y'all just let me know. Cause this me. I keep to myself. I stay in the cut. When y'all wake up and y'all want to do something about it, I'm ready to die for it. But until then, don't call me. Call me when y'all ready to ride. When y'all got enough soldiers, I'm gonna go ahead and run. I'm riding with you. But until then, it don't even, because to them, that's why I asked you what's the Antichrist. Because to them, this language, this conversation, this discussion, even bothering to study this right here that's beneath us, that's Antichrist behavior. To them.
Yeah.
Y'all know who them is. The indoctrinated. So what is the Antichrist today?
It's cold.
I think we all see it different.
It's cold, bro. Let's dig in some more to Buddy, man. Because every time he come home.
Because stories changed and grew as they were told and retold, like adding one rumor on top of another. The church turned light into darkness by creating a story about a beautiful angel of light that fell into darkness, and by doing so, they made the light seem evil and sinful. And here's the most important point. By doing this, Christianity turned the search for knowledge, something beautiful and enlightening, into the ultimate sin. See, take the story of Adam and Eve, where Eve gets tricked by the serpent, who in Christianity is equated with Satan or Lucifer, into eating the forbidden fruit. Well, in this story, the pursuit of knowledge leads to the fall of humanity, painting knowledge itself as a path to evil. But hold on, because there's another side to this story, and it's where things get really controversial. See, in secret teachings and mystical circles, the kind of stuff that mainstream religion doesn't want you to know about, Lucifer is still the good guy. These hidden teachings often see Lucifer not as evil or satanic. In their eyes, Lucifer is everything that Satan is not, a symbol of knowledge and the awakening of the human spirit. See, in the mainstream Christian view, following the rules and not asking too many questions is key. But these more secretive, esoteric beliefs flip that script, arguing that true spiritual awakening comes from questioning everything, even if it means shaking up the status quo.
Keep telling y'all, it's better to be the villain than the superhero. I think I did a podcast on this about a year ago. It's better to be the villain than the superhero. The villain lives his truth at all times. The superhero, you got to go dig and discover everything, but the villain tells you his truth.
But what if I told you that Christianity didn't just get Lucifer and Satan wrong, but also Jesus and God?
Oh, Lord.
Let's start with Jesus Christ. In the book of Revelation, he's actually referred to as the morning star, which is exactly what Lucifer means. Now think about what Jesus represents.
Hold on, y'all. We got to fact check lie. We got to fact check lie.
Fact
We
check.
gotta fact check lie. Give me
Fact check it because I didn't say it about 3-4 Sundays. So I don't even know how many Sundays I done said it. I said, man, and I always stop myself. So don't I? I say, I be reading sometimes and I'll be like, is the bad guy the good guy? And the good guy, never mind. Don't I always do that, so?
Yeah.
Don't I always say that? I say, I'll be reading the word and I'll be like, wait a minute.
I got the King James. I got the King James version now. Hold on, y'all. We gotta do this real time. We can't let them just speak without verifying. You know,
Uncle Plug, like, man.
I'm so locked in right now, man. I'm in class right now, bro. Like, I take in everything and I use my own discernment, bro. So right now, man, I'm finna get on the phone tomorrow. Monday, I talk to my daddy every Monday now. We talk throughout the week, but every Monday it's guaranteed. And boy, we gonna be shooting. Hey, Pop. Never mind.
Never mind. Don't worry about it, Pop.
I'm gonna say, Pop, man, I'm just gonna send you the tool, man. I just want you to sit down when you got an opportunity today. It's about an hour and some change, and just listen. Just listen. I love you, man. I love you to death, man. And we a team. We a team.
Don't stay a team.
We're a team, man, and I love you, man. I know you're a good man. I know you're a good man. I know it ain't no hell for you. Ain't no hell for you. Ain't no hell they can put you in, man. And I ain't got one to put you in either.
He didn't say where in here, so y'all can keep talking. I'm trying to read through it because he didn't say where in Revelation.
Well, they called him the Morning Star.
Yeah, let me chat GPT real quick. It might make it so I can verify the verse.
But I just have y'all. I mean, because that's the thing, man. Like I said, I never heard a bad description of the dude. So I'm like, man, what'd he do? So then you start searching through the text, like, what'd he do? And then, like my man said at the beginning of the video, he bear his name. The name is, depending on which version of it you got, is not even in there. Just more so the reference.
So it's supposed to be Revelations 22 and 28. Let me get there. 2 and 28 said, okay, let me read. They say you always read before and after, y'all. And I got the King James Version. So anything that's in red is God. Now, Jesus talking. That's in red, guys. Verses 20. Let me start at 25, 2 and 25. It says, but what which we have already hold fast till I come. So he's talking about his coming. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. 28 says, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I receive of my Father. 28, and I will give him the morning star.
I got nothing.
He that heareth an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. So it is there, guys. This is his this is his letter to the church of is it Thyatira? So it's in there, guys. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
That's light, love, compassion, and enlightenment. He's all about bringing knowledge and understanding. When you look at it this way, it's clear that Jesus represents the true spirit of Lucifer as the light bringer, the bearer of wisdom and enlightenment. In fact, in the secret book of John, a Gnostic text that was banned by the church, Jesus reveals that he was the one in the Garden of Eden that caused Adam and Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge. Why?
How?
How, Sway?
How?
How, Sway? Boy, I'm getting gooses, man. Let me get my sweater.
It's all you.
Bruh, I gotta get my sweater, man. It's getting cold in here, man. It's getting cold in here, man. Listen, man. This has gotten completely off the rails right now, man. Man, if everything is, I promise you, man, if everything is bagged by scripture. But this is boy, man, this is devastating.
Hey, what my dog Jeezy say? It's all there.
It's all there.
It's all there.
All 28 is in there. I'm trying to tell you, boy.
Go back a little bit, Souls. Go back a little bit. I need to hear that again. Tender Nelson. Hey, when you studying this,
Lucifer, Jesus represents light, love, compassion, and enlightenment. He's all about bringing knowledge and understanding. When you look at it this way, it's clear that Jesus represents the true spirit of Lucifer as the light bringer, the bearer of wisdom and enlightenment. In fact, in the secret book of John, a Gnostic text that was banned by the church, Jesus reveals that he was the one in the Garden of Eden that caused Adam and Eve to eat from the tree of knowledge. Why? So that they would understand their inner light and power. So here we have the archetype of Jesus Christ as representing the same role and function as Lucifer the Lightbringer. Now, let's take a look at the God of the Bible. If you take a hard look at some of the stories in the Old Testament, you'll see this God is violent and downright malicious. He's constantly demanding worship and unquestioning obedience. And there's even a story.
What I say last week? I said, who catch all the bodies in the word? Who in the word just running through civilizations? The Lord. I said nobody. I said something else.
I believe that their description of God, man, maybe the savages, man.
I said it, bro. I'm tired. Hey, I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I don't know why I've been given this mission. I don't know why.
Just know, man, we love y'all, man. Just know we love y'all.
I don't know why I've been assigned with this. I don't know why I've been tasked. Look. Hey. I said, man, hold on now. Hey,
Tiff, welcome in, Tiff, man. You just jumped in on a good one, man. This is crazy.
I said, why every time God don't like something, he just wipe everybody out. Just I said, ain't this your design? You just like hitting reset on the Nintendo. just boo.
What you
because I'm reading.
What you looking up, bro? What you looking up?
In the word. I went back to when they ate of the tree. So now that I'm reading, it's Genesis just telling us. Let me read this to y'all, man.
Go ahead.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh, boy.
Right,
it said, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, we shall not eat of it, neither shall we touch it, lest he die. And it says, and the serpent said unto the woman, surely shall not surely die. For God know that in the day he eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and he shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. And they heard a voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. So, who's who?
Yeah, there it is. Who's who?
Because one part says God knoweth, then they start saying the Lord God.
Why would they say serpent?
That's what I'm saying.
Like that's like to go back. Why would
so where does the serpent? Who is the serpent?
Animals don't talk to this day.
Or was it God and was it the fallen angel telling them the truth?
Because the serpent didn't lie.
Yes. And he says, surely not you die.
Did they die?
So they were told a lie before the truth was ever told.
Yeah, that's what. Thank you, bro. Because that's where I was at. I'm like, hold on. Because if you told me that if I do eat of this tree, I would die, then somebody came and told me, no, you would not die.
Oh, you were sure.
Why would they depict him as a serpent? Because in my mind, when I hear serpent, I'm thinking negatively. I'm not thinking positively about a serpent.
Do y'all think this is when God and the fallen angel fell out? Do y'all think that first story of falling from heaven was just a fable, and like they both were in that garden? God walked that garden, and the angel walked that garden every day too.
I no longer view it that way. I'm telling you, I view them as siblings. I do not view. I believe in polytheism. I don't think that there is an exalted one God. I think there is a committee.
Right now,
it only makes sense. And if you look at it,
right, bro, because remember NLE Chopper when we had that conversation, and he was saying that Jesus is my brother, and everybody was just like, everybody. Now this is a kid that ain't never been to church, that's never been in doctrine, and he just read the Bible from his understanding, his own self.
Yep,
that's what he came up with. That was his interpretation. And they came and they beat him up, bro, for him to come and change his opinion, to indoctrinate him, to look at the Bible.
I saw he got bullied out his opinion. He got
bullied out of it, bro. And I said that was wrong, bro. And every man at that table, I felt myself personally was wrong.
No, he definitely came back like a week or two after that went viral and said he apologized.
Yeah, he was wrong. He was wrong for apologizing. He was right.
Seriously, he walked it back. He walked back what he said.
Wow.
Yep, he got bullied out his opinion, but it's like, you know, when you look at it, and then even how it speaks about God, you got to remember too, when it says the Lord God, Lord back in those times was the king or the you see what I'm saying?
Exalted.
So, and it's speaking like as if there is a man.
Just like the king of Babylon that they talked about, that people called the morning star.
My Lord. Yes, they because that's how they would address back then. You know what I'm saying? And so like they speak, and I always wondered that why they talking like it's an actual physical person walking through there, because that's how it reads, like it's a physical, not like it's a spirit or an essence, you know, hovering through. It's like a man walking through.
But we can't overlook that they were lied to before the truth was.
Yeah,
we can't overlook that, and we also can't overlook the fact that Eve examined the fruit. That's something I always point out to people. It reads she examined the fruit, saw that it was good for wisdom. And then she ate of the fruit.
So how do you examine and know that it's good for wisdom? Was it writing on the fruit?
It's probably just the vibrance of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, back then they was primitive, so they know ripeness, and you know what I'm saying? She probably just saw that it was good because she definitely examined the fruit, and that's in all translations.
They do say an apple a day will keep the doctor away.
Yeah, well, it ain't lie. Garlic and honey too. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's finish up, man. We got two. Let's see what he got here. We're gonna have to come back, dog. This might just be our whole thing on Sunday service. This might be a debunking Sunday
series. Yeah. It'll be a series. I'm locked in.
Everybody ain't ready for this truth.
The Bible where he accepts Jephthah's daughter as a burnt virgin sacrifice. Now, really think about this.
You go back.
You can't get more archetypally look at some of the story. The archetype of Jesus Christ as representing the same role and function as Lucifer the Lightbringer. Now, let's take a look at the God of the Bible. If you take a hard look at some of the stories in the Old Testament, you'll see this God is violent and downright malicious. He's constantly demanding worship and unquestioning obedience. And there's even a story in the Bible where he accepts Jephthah's daughter as a burnt virgin sacrifice. Now, really think about this. You can't get more archetypally satanic than accepting a burnt virgin sacrifice. So you see, the God of Christianity matches up with the Satan archetype, all about power, control, and instilling fear. So if God matches with an archetype of evil and Jesus with goodness, what if Jesus was actually the enemy of the God of the Bible? I know that sounds kind of crazy, but this is actually not a new idea. The Gnostic Christians, a group from the early days of Christianity, believed exactly that. They saw Jesus as a figure of divine wisdom fighting against the ignorance and tyranny of the Old Testament God. And guess what? They weren't alone. Later in history, another sect known as the Cathars believed the same thing. And here's the kicker. Marcion, the guy who created the world's first Christian Bible, believed this too. He thought that the God of the Old Testament and the Father of Jesus were two different beings. And his version of the Christian canon left out the Old Testament entirely because of this belief. This idea, though, didn't sit very well with the mainstream church. After the Council of Nicaea, the church, backed by the power of the Roman Empire, started to enforce their view that the wrathful and vengeful creator God was indeed the Father of Jesus. And they weren't very nice about it either. They hunted down the Gnostics, and later in history, they eradicated the Cathars through the Crusades and the Inquisition. So what we have here is a clash of narratives, a spiritual tug of war. On one side, you have the traditional Christian view, where Jesus is the son of the Old Testament God, and on the other, you have these early, more mystical Christian groups seeing Jesus as a rebel against that very God, the torchbearer and morning star, a Lucifer, whereas the God of the Bible is a being demanding blind obedience, wielding power through fear and intimidation, a Satan. So you see, Lucifer isn't Satan, Jesus is Lucifer, and the God of Christianity is Satan. Now, why does any of this matter? By portraying Lucifer as evil and equating him with Satan, they made light and knowledge into something that should be feared. This is a method of control by maintaining power structures, by discouraging critical thinking, and promoting blind obedience. Lucifer and Satan. These two names for most people.
Hold on, y'all. I think it was, hold on. I think we have
blind power, morning, the torchbearer and morning star, a God was indeed the Father of Jesus. And they weren't very nice about it either. They hunted down the Gnostics, and later in history, they eradicated the Cathars through the Crusades and the Inquisition. So what we have here is a clash of narratives, a spiritual tug of war.
He said, was the girl named Jeppet, or was that the Jeppet's daughter? Y'all know
the first Christian Bible, the Satan archetype. Now, Old Testament,
Right
you'll
there.
see this God is violent and downright malicious. He's constantly demanding worship and unquestioning obedience. And there's even a story in the Bible where he accepts Jephthah's daughter as a.
Gotcha. Okay. I was make sure I was reading it right. Okay.
You doing the fact check on them?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm reading it right now in Judges 11. And they said unto Jephthah, come and be your captain. Because Jephthah ran from his brother, Jalad. Jalad. Whoa. Were these brothers gay?
Man.
So it says, now Jephthah.
You know where this book come from.
The Gladadite was a mighty man of valor. He was the son of an harlot, and Jalad begat. Because doesn't begat mean sexual? Like
begat means to birth from.
Yeah.
Oh, so he birthed from. Okay.
Yeah.
Wife.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if some of that in there too. You know who manipulated the text now.
The Romans.
You know how they play.
Yeah, they play backdooring.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to dig into this book of Judges a little bit and kind of get the gist of that.
You want me to ask GPT real quick, see if we can find it? Shit, Jephthah's.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in supposed to be Judges 11. It says before the battle, he makes a rash vow to God. If you give me victory, I will offer whatever comes out of my house to meet as a burnt offering. So this dude sacrificed his daughter to win a war.
Did it say in there that he actually did it though?
That's what I'm looking at now. It's just
yeah. I said I read it. I ain't say I had it memorized. Let's see. Jephthah's.
It's right here in Judges 11 and 29. Jephthah vows his conquest. So he then the spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead and Mesa, and passed over some other family members. It's just a whole gen. He said, and Jephthah vowed unto the Lord and said, "Thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands. Then it shall be, whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's. I will offer it up for a burnt offering." So Jephthah passed over into the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered him into his hands. And then he smote them from, then even till thou come into Minnith, even 20 cities, and unto the plain vineyards with a very great slaughter. So that means he went into the city and he slaughtered everything, won the war. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. Jephthah came into Mazet unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him. She met him with a tambourine and with dances, and she was his only child. Besides her, he had neither son nor daughter. And it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, "My daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back." And she said unto him, "My father, thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord. Do to me accordingly to which have proceeded out of thy mouth." So the daughter said, "Do whatever you need to do that you told God you were going to do." So this dude really, to win a war, he sacrificed his daughter.
Yeah, she was understanding of it, but he was sorrowful. Yeah, but
so
he did it.
So that's happening today, though. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today in war.
Yeah, nothing changed.
Yeah, we're sacrificing others to win war. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. We got some discussions to do, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, dog.
It's crazy, bro. This is crazy.
Oh man, I'm telling you, boy. If you don't read, you will not achieve. Collateral damage. You right there. You right, dog. Hey. What God you know would accept someone's child to win a war?
That's why I asked her the good guys, the bad guys, the bad guys, the good guys, and how we've been bamboozled. But then, it's just a real hard question to ask because people
I never understood it. I always said that, dog. Just as a kid, I always thought about that. Like, why would this guy have to pose to be something he's not? And then when crime happens, he becomes a superhero. Like, why wouldn't we want to know who Batman is? Like, I would want to know who's going to be out there to save me. Like, I wouldn't want to, like, why would that need to be a secret? Like, that don't make sense at all. Like, the whole superhero thing doesn't make sense. And then think about this, y'all.
They call him vigilante.
The superheroes always had a kryptonite. The villain never had a kryptonite. You just had to kill the villain. They never had it. They never had something that could hurt them. Like the superhero, like Superman, kryptonite would hurt him. Like the superhero always had weaknesses. The villain didn't. You just have to kill the villain. So wouldn't the villain look more like God, right? Undestructible. Like you can't harm him unless he gives himself up, or he's like that's kind of what Jesus was, right? Jesus gave himself up. So wouldn't Jesus be more closer to a villain than a superhero? Because there was no kryptonite for Jesus. He couldn't even be tempted.
Mm.
And everybody knew who Jesus was that was willing to accept the truth. Jesus didn't walk around and not tell people who he was. He told people who he was.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked everybody, who do they say I am?
It's crazy, bro. I'm over here blown away, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm blown away, dog. I'm going through it over here. This got me. I'm looking and searching. I'm searching. I'm looking at you. You looking at me. This is crazy, but this is crazy, bomba cloud.
Kind of like class. I'm not even shocked. I'm just more like, man, like I thought I've been tripping all this time.
Mm-hmm.
Like people call you cold-hearted, but nah, like I'm really the good guy.
Damn. Yeah.
Everything been twisted. I'm saying everything been flipped, bro. Everything been flipped, man. Everything been flipped. This is a very Aki situation. It's a very Aki situation. This is I know everybody out there. I know y'all, this is devastating to hear, man. This is devastating to hear. But hey, you gotta get it some way, somehow. You here for a reason. You here for a reason. That's Aesop. That's Aesop, bro, not Aesop. It's Aesop.
I think people just need to get back to a space where they understand that, you know, your moral compass should, in fact, be similar to most people for society to function. And that you don't necessarily have to be a full-on subscriber to any particular. It's a reason why they call these books doctrines. So like you don't have to be a devout subscriber to any doctrine to have God. None of the people in the book had a book. Moses didn't read a Bible. Moses was damn near illiterate. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So like y'all got to realize like the use of it is very much present, but the necessity of it has never been a thing in human history. And I think if more people understood that, there will be less people lost.
You would think about it, in the Bible, it's more people punished for the things they knew not.
That's true.
Like you think about it, even when they started like building things to like worship it, they didn't know no better. They just thought that was their God and they worshiped it because that's that. But then they were killed. They were killed for that. They were punished for those type of things. But how can you be punished for something that you didn't know?
True. That's true.
I don't know, man. Class, you want to read these comments and we head out of this thing?
Yeah, I get to them.
Kind of heavy.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. Oh, wow. Okay. Damn. All right, chat.
I think Flip is the first one at 123 p. No. The first one is Miles at 123.
11:23 or 1:20? Oh, this from the last conversation. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I'm going up too far. 1 sec. 123. All right, here we go. Miles said that question at Souls is why Protestants removed Jesus from the cross. Catholics kept him there. Flip said, build and destroy empires with it. Parents want zero access to teaching their children. Some people just want a roommate to agree with them. Spiritual teacher and school teacher is all some people I know. Or some people, is all some people know. Spiritual teacher and school teacher is all some people know. So you saying they're not getting nothing from the crib? So it's a shame that that's true for a lot of people. Miles Bassett said, yeah, he looking like a tangerine.
No, Tiger, the dude from
Tigerian,
from the show,
Targaryen.
Yeah,
Targaryen.
Yeah.
Oh, Targaryen. Passport Sco said, there's no heaven or hell. Everybody, people just floating around until they find another source to attach to. He might be close to right. I ain't gonna hold you. Flip said, oh no, these influencers started to make sense. Someone needs to write a book called Dogma about all of this. Flip said, I don't know this guy is an accuser because class, you telling the truth. Just don't keep holding the blindfold ignorant accountable. I try to slow down. Passport Sco said, you love him to life, not to death. Say it again. Tiffany said, what's good, fam? What up, Tiffany? Miles Bachelor said, I seen nothing but blood. LOL. Miles Bachelor said, what I just heard is Jesus is the serpent. Well, we know animals don't talk. So I'm more inclined to believe that serpent was a metaphor for like.
Yeah. We should have looked that up and seen what they mean by that.
Importance got for that. Is serpent? Is serpent in Genesis? We'll look it up. Tiffany said we have to be mindful of the translations of the Bible. Yeah, we got a concordance on deck. We about to check. We about to tap in right now, Tiffany. We fact check everything live. We not trying to, theorize. We want to find actual truth. And a lot of the truth is rooted in history. Ted said 333. What up, Ted? Lord was governor. Yeah, back then. Ruler of sorts. Depends on what they called him in that land. King, governor, ruler. Yeah. The Bible is folklore. It is stories take from our history. Tiffany Whitaker said. Ted said it probably looked like the best fruit in the garden. It probably was. I mean, if it was the tree of knowledge and wisdom and all of that if it was an apple, that thing was probably percolating. You know what I'm saying? The fruit the thing was probably glow in the dark. The Most High never spoke to Eve. Just didn't believe Adam, especially after she didn't die after eating it. Tez, how you find a way to vilify women in this?
Yeah, man.
He not gonna get him a day off. Secondly, the pews were the ones who delivered Yahshua's to judgment. They had a choice. They chose crucifixion. The Romans didn't even want to crucify him. Passport Code said, so if people are selling their souls, are they selling it to Lucifer or God? I think they y'all gotta, I think a lot of people who believe what they believe gotta ask themselves, you know what I'm saying? Why does their God confess to jealousy? Why does their God need so much exaltation constantly? Why does their God, you know what I'm saying? I think some people should ask themselves them questions, because if y'all try to make everything else in the word human, but y'all don't want to make that human. If a person was that way, you would call them a narcissist. But if we describe God that way, it's just godly. Think about it. If a human being wanted you to exalt them and everything, let's say you had a child and everything your kid accomplished, you want them to give glory to you for creating them. Everything. I just want to give credit to my dad. You know what I'm saying? My dad, without my dad, I wouldn't be here. My pop's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, I was able to do anything I ever done ever in my whole life ever. And then look, if you don't exalt me, it's going to be hell to pay.
It still says it means serpent. Even
okay.
Yeah.
So she was talking to an animal for real. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all lost me at Genesis. I ain't gonna hold you. So Passport Code said, because to me it sounds like Lucifer is the good guy and God is the bad guy. I mean, you could make a case. Collateral damage, Ted said. Ted said, any look over all religions, the gods are not concerned with human affairs. Makes sense to me. Flip said it's their story of Rumpelstiltskin, though. ASAP. Let's see. Ted now said
Aesop.
Aesop.
Yeah, Aesop. That's a fable.
Appreciate it. Look, more. Look, 3 brains better than 1. Cause some of this stuff, you feel.
Yeah.
Ted said Moses spoke Egyptian. He was raised as one. The princes didn't learn to write as it was seen as a peasant practice.
Technically, Moses never spoke. His brother Aaron spoke for him. Moses had a stuttering problem, so Aaron spoke for him. In Psalms 133, that's why they speak about Aaron and his beard. He spoke because he had the wisdom for Moses.
Tears down said, or to be honest, Commission was the language. Commission was the language he spoke.
Oh, okay.
Ted said the obsession with death has caused the majority of the problems in the world today. The Tears down said the pews chose the release of Barabbas. It's documented in Roman texts that are not affiliated with a Bible or a Semitic text. Tiffany Whitaker said, right, they say love unconditionally, but the Bible has all kinds of conditions for love.
You got that right.
That's all of them.
But if you think about it, man, like, do we really feel like it's a serpent, or maybe it was just the reality versus the conscience?
Could be that.
Like maybe she knew in reality, like, okay, this can't kill me. They surely wouldn't put something in the garden that would kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking to herself.
Yeah.
So
that's that battle. That higher and lower self. That higher and lower self.
Mm-hmm. Like so.
Hey, Tez. When I get off here, I'm gonna call you.
It's always Monday for him.
Not reading that one, Ted.
It's always Monday for Ted. That was a good. We're gonna have to keep circling back, man. We gotta keep breaking it down. I'm gonna have to go on that gentleman's page and see what other.
Hey, send that video to me, bro. Okay. I really wanna dive deep in that.
Great.
I want to dive deeper into that. I'm going to yeah.
He talks about a lot of stuff, dog. Like a lot. Because he's talking about the zodiac signs too. Talking about a lot of stuff.
I'm telling you, man, like it can't be of the devil. Because I mean, I've met many of folks, like, bro, like you can listen to somebody and like kind of depict them, like, for real, bro. Like I know that for a fact, bro. I sat back and I listened to Carlos Miller, man. I was listening to this man talk, man, in the interview. I say, man, that man sound like an Aries, bro. I went and looked him up. Yep, sure enough, he is. He Aries. I was listening to Marshawn Lynch. Talking in the interview. I said, that man sound like an Aries, man.
No, we got to do this next one. He got one called, I read the world's first Bible. Judas was right.
I'm lost.
Oh my God!
It blows out, man. I'm my mind is blown, bro. Hey, my mind is blown, man. I'm still sitting here, man. I'm still sitting here befuddled, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro.
He got one that says the Garden of Eden wasn't even paradise, actually. I'm still baffled on the Venus part. Last week when I was with class, I kept saying, dog, it has to be other forms of us on other planets. We wouldn't need a solar system if nothing existed on it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't need it. Like Venus, if Venus plays no role in Earth, why we need it? If Mars, like if these places play no role, why would we create different planets?
Like, that's what they want to know. And I think they know that we think like this, and they steady trying to go to space or whatever the case may be. I don't think they've been out there.
And if they did, they know what's out there.
And if it was better, they wouldn't come back.
It ain't the space. They can't explore it. It ain't the space. Everything is under the firmament. That's why you can see it so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Telescope don't even got to be that strong for you to look at the planets. You know what I'm saying? Just most niggas don't got telescopes. But it don't have to be that strong for you to look at the planets. It really does not. You know what I'm saying? Which lets you know they're not that far away. And I've been saying that since I was a child too. All of this stuff, ladies and gentlemen, is common sense. If you've ever once looked at the moon and was like, damn, that shit look like it's right there. It is. It is. Like I get so tired of like stuff we could see, we question it so bad. The moon look kind of close because it ain't that far. And if we ever went to it, it's because it's inside the firmament.
Now, does it seem to be is all of this open? Everything that we see, like even at night to see the stars, is all of this open? Because they try to make Earth a sphere, like it's separated from everything. But
Yeah.
what if this is like it doesn't stop, it never ends? You know what I mean? Like, because every time I see a picture from that they done took from space about Earth, it's the same picture. I see the same picture of Earth. It's the same picture. And so are we on Earth or are we in Earth?
You know what makes sense to me is that I think that we are on Earth. I don't know that we're in Earth because look, okay, all these unlimited amount of years we've been floating in outer space. Ain't nothing bumpy in us. Like don't nothing just bump it. Should be bumping into us on the regular. Meteorites on the regular. Like, so there is some form of a force field around us. But I also think they got us confused because, and I don't want to get too far into this. This is a whole nother episode we're getting into now. But it's like, I also think they got us twisted because Earth is bigger than they told us. And we got ancient maps to show it. Earth is significantly larger than they told us. So like all these so-called aliens, this is all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. All these so-called aliens and whatnot and stuff like that, it's just from the continents that are beyond the ice wall. The ones that they don't tell us about that are on the ancient maps. We have literal ancient maps showing multiple continents with names beyond the ice wall. And I always ask, I'm like, why Antarctica just so like, underexplored, underdiscovered? We ain't nobody put no resorts out there, nothing. It's cold places that people visit, but why we can't visit there? People visit the cold. It's not an unheard of thing. Why we can't?
It's just like they tricked us. Iceland is warm and Greenland is cold.
Yeah, they've been lying. That's what I'm saying. So like, Earth is way bigger than we think. So okay. Picture this. Picture Earth being, let's say, 5 or 6 times bigger than what we think it is. And let's say Venus, as far as we think it is, that ain't nothing but the moon of another continent. Like to them, that's their moon. To us, it's a planet. But to them, it's their moon. Because of their location.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sunrise don't look exactly the same everywhere on Earth. Like y'all been around the world, y'all get it. Like this, even the solar system, like the brightness of the stars and the vision, the sight of them that you get is different based on where you at. Just like warmth don't feel the same when you near the equator versus being somewhere warm that's far from the equator. The heat don't feel the same.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So these are like nature. Nature tells us the truth all the time. But man lied to us and we believe man over what's outside. That's why I tell people all the time, you want the truth, just go outside. Just go outside. And then the truth be written in the laws. They write the truth in the laws. Name one other thing ever that this many countries agreed on, except for the coordinates that we can't travel past in Antarctica. We can't agree on nothing else.
I've been said this, what she said.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as direction anyway. How can somebody tell you what was north? Like there's no such thing. Everything's man-made.
Everything is man-made.
I never understood a compass my whole life. I still don't. I just don't. Like I just don't. I was like, yeah, we headed north right now. Like I see the signs, but how y'all know?
Mm-hmm. How you know where you facing?
Yeah,
you inside.
Must be swearing too. No, that way right now. That way is north. How you know? How you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I just think that, we selectively choose when we decide to believe somebody that lied to us about everything. They lie to us about 100% of everything, and we selectively choose when we want to believe and disbelieve based on what's convenient for our feelings, for our emotional state. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I just think, and then the crazy part about it is, and they always say this, that it's a part of the liar's, I guess, spell or oath or whatever. They have to show you the truth.
Yeah.
And that's why it's always in front of you.
It's a loophole.
It's always in front of you.
Like America is allegedly committing treason every day. But the only reason why they don't get arrested is because they have they offer a loophole.
Yeah. Did y'all see that video of that lady that was from Tanzania or whatever, this country that doesn't exist? She showed up in the airport. Y'all didn't see that? This lady showed up in the airport. They got video of her, everything. Showed up in the airport with a passport from a country that don't exist, with a whole bunch of stamps on it from other countries that don't exist. They took the passport, was in mint condition, chipped and everything. They told her she was in America. She said America, and she said it like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was from a different, like an alternate dimension or something. Because they took her in for questioning, had her in a room for like 3 hours, this, that, and the third, and then she vanished.
Bruh. Remember
this lady on video
when they were talking about that the Tesla, say he had invented time travel way back when.
I believe it. They showed it to us already. Everything they showed us, I believe. I rewatched. I was up editing 4 o'clock this morning. I rewatched the Book of Eli. Hit totally different. Rewatching movies like that let you know where your levels is in your consciousness. Like I always saw it for more than just what it was, right? But then you watch it again 5 years from then. Then you watch it again 3 years from then. Like everything in there. Everything in there. They tell you exactly how the powers that be is going to enforce the next reset. That's why all these billionaires building these bunkers. It's all alleged for content creation purposes and entertainment. But they gave you an overt warning when the Obamas produced that movie. What's the word? The movie? The one they just made with all the beers and shit.
He's talking about the one that the Obamas did, right?
Yeah. Leave the world
behind. There you go.
That was an overt warning. That was a whistleblow. Hey, get a house with a basement. If you want a shot, you know what I'm saying? At least get you a crib with a basement. That was an overt warning. But movies like Book of Eli, covert warning.
It might be a reason why we met y'all, because y'all is somewhere where they do have basements.
We got basements. We got basements. We got protection. Yeah, we gonna make it. But look, y'all know we gonna make it. But it's one of them things where I'm reading it right, and Eli having a conversation with Solara. And they talking about how they got to the apocalyptic times that they living in. And because Solara young. So I guess she either born post-apocalypse or whatever, because he had been walking 30 years. She ain't 30 years old. So she was born in these apocalyptic times. I'm watching the movie now. I'm seeing it. I'm talking about my light's way up. My light bulb is lit, right? So I'm listening to their conversation. And Eli was like, yeah, we had, she actually said, how was the world before the change or whatever. And he said, oh, it was much different back then. We had no idea of what was valuable, what wasn't valuable. He said, we threw away things that we kill each other for now. She said, really? She couldn't believe it, right? Because it's apocalyptic, right? They kill each other for some hand sanitizer wipes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was that, you seen them bartering KFC napkins in the freaking shop in the movie, right? So he's like, yeah, he said we threw away things that we kill each other for now. And then he also said, yeah, those of us that were fortunate enough to have somewhere underground to go underground. He said something about people going underground. He said before the sky opened up and, everything burnt up. So there was a great fire of some sort, right? He was like, yeah, before, the sun came down and everything burnt up, those who were fortunate enough to be able to go underground, were the only ones surviving. And he said, we came back above ground. And then he started explaining how things is now and stuff like that. Because essentially it's just survival. But what I'm saying is, like, these movies to spell it out for you. And I've been saying for the longest that I think a lot of these scripts are written by time travelers. So
Yeah.
by you telling me that somebody discovered time travel a long time ago, first thing, if you discovered it, especially if you were somewhere private, you probably gonna decide to keep that a secret for a whole bunch of good ass reasons, right? But then also, who can prove that you're doing it if nobody discovered you? If you know how to do time travel, don't nobody believe you. Who know when you coming and going, and who knows what you up to?
But I
'Cause
think I think we all time travel though. There will be no such thing as deja vu.
Talking about when we hydroplane when we sleep.
You couldn't see something if you've never been there before. Like it's no way. It's no way that you could arrive somewhere and be like, I've been here before. That Denzel movie, Deja Vu. Like I
could, though.
How? If you've been there before?
No, reincarnation.
I think we all exist on the different planets. I think there's a plug right now on another planet, Classic or Norris. I think there's different. They're on a different planet.
They call it dimensions. But you just saying doppelgangers, essentially.
Yeah.
It would make sense. They made the movie Us, right? And where were those people? Underground.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And then they talk about the hidden tunnels. They talk about these tunnels where you can get from freaking one side of the world, allegedly world, to the other side of the world in like a few hours on a bullet train. You know what I'm saying? They talk about these things. And we supposed to think all of it is just conspiracy theory. The people who actually look into this stuff and they do the research for us and they put it on TikTok and all that, we just look at them as space cadets. And these people be talking about stuff that you can actually go put your hands on. That's why I tell people, go see this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, go see it. Don't just believe in the pyramids. Go stand by one. It's pyramids in America. Like, people who got all these theories about the Grand Canyon being so covered up because they don't want us to see that this is really Africa and all of that, like, they might be on to something, fam. Because the Sphinx is definitely in the Grand Canyon right now. They got unlimited pictures of that joint. You know what I'm talking about? The big, is that the Sphinx? Yeah, the big, you know what I'm talking about? But it's eroded. It's eroded super bad. But the shape is still perfect. So, like, but we'll look at it and be like, what a coincidence. Like, bruh. And like you said, Souls, earlier, you asked a powerful question. If Jesus couldn't even get these mugs to believe or, to follow the light, to see the light, to walk in consciousness, what I'm going to do? What you going to do? What is plug? You know what I'm saying? But TD Jakes got 20,000 in attendance. Yeah. So who the devil? No, I'm just, who's really Satan? We'll be here all day, y'all.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Might take me a little nap today, man.
Yeah, man. I got to get in and get to it.
I got to cut up some vids, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all pay attention to the end of the video. We got our live show in Darien, Illinois, February 13th. The Raw Society Coalition will be there at the Q Bar. Make sure you get your tickets today. And we out of here, man. We appreciate everybody who tuned in, man.